Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. Joining us for this segment, we have Panna Sharma, CEO of Nasdaq-listed Longterm Pharma, a clinical oncology focused at the intersection of artificial intelligence, genomics, and machine learning. It's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Jill, thank you very much. I'm glad to be on.
And Panna, where are you seeing innovation in the pharmaceutical and biotech landscape right now? How are newer technologies like AI and machine learning helping to make the world of medicine a more efficient space?
Jill, it's a great question. Right now, I think we're in for a decade of massive innovation in our space. Data is cheaper and easier to process than it's ever been. Collaborators globally are putting more data from all types of diseases, including cancer, which is what we're focused on. And data and all these new biological technologies are reducing the cost of drug development. So I think we're going to enter into a next decade where cancer drugs become more precise, more targeted, more personalized, and I know it's hard to believe, cheaper relative to what we've seen in the past. I think this decade, like AI has done for every industry, smashed the cost of product development. We'll see that now in medicine as well.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if the overall cost of healthcare comes down, not just on the pharmaceutical side, but if we can get that come down and then people are more able to take their medicine, that could bring down the cost overall as we're healthier longer. So that's really exciting to hear.
It's a great and central debate. I know everyone's, regardless of where you are on the political spectrum, but therapeutics and therapies and drugs make up, they don't make up the bulk of healthcare spending. They do make up a chunk of it. But in many cases, they make up less than 25, 30% of the spending in any disease area. So I think, yes, absolutely, I think costs will be more contained and it won't cost $1 billion or $2 billion to get a cancer therapeutic across the finish line. But again, bear in mind that therapies tend to be only a small percentage of the overall healthcare costs.
Let's discuss new results, data, and the success of Lantern's pancreatic cancer drug.
Yeah, recently we got orphan drug designation for one of our drugs, LP-184. It's a DNA damaging agent, and we got approval both in pancreatic and in glioblastoma in the same month. So we think this is going to be, has the potential to be a blockbuster therapy for those people in pancreatic and GBM. And these are categories where historically there hasn't been a lot of progress since the first types of chemotherapies were introduced 15, 20 years ago. So there's a lot of innovation now in cancers that have been unresolved and also in cancers that have been undefined. So I think there's a lot of innovation using data-driven approaches.
And what about the recent reacquisition from Alarity Therapeutics? What will this allow Lantern to do? And do you see more acquisitions in the future?
Yeah, so LP-100, we reacquired that from Alarity, which was historically a partner. That's in metastatic castration-resistant prostate cancer. And we believe it also has a promise of going after very, very targeted cancers. And we'll be announcing additional trials of that drug over the next 6 to 9 months. And the first batch of data, we've shared that. We've had very good progress in improving median overall survival in prostate cancer. And again, it's a small number of patients, but we're expanding that now as well.
Right, and Panna, to wrap up here, let's talk about sales and profits and some of your near-term and longer-term outlook here.
Absolutely. Our goal as a development stage company is to bring in partners and license or sell off any of our drug assets as they develop over time. And if you take a look at historical numbers, any one of these categories can be several hundred million or several $billion. So we're going after some very interesting indications. And we're starting a major trial in the next few months in non-small cell lung cancer for never smokers. Again, a very targeted, very specific indication that could be worth billions. So our business model is to develop the drug, bring it to late stage or to approval, and then partner out with a bigger biotech or pharma and sell them the rights to the drug.
All right, Panna, we appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq.